to the cottage, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to mini readings. What's up? What's up? Hey, hey, hey. Hope you guys are doing good. We still have some availability. If you want to get on the list, you can. The link is, the information is below this video. Hello, 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 and welcome. Let's clear some energy with the sound bowl. Let's do the thing. Here we go. All right. Thank you, Ultraviolet. I'm glad you like the opening tunes. I like them too. I thought they were really peppy and upbeat. So I like that. How's everybody doing? Hey, Greedy Joey, what's up? How y'all doing? All right. Hey, Angel Oz, what can I expect for love in June? All right. I will get to that in a minute. We have got M up first, and then we'll get to you, and then we'll get to Greeny Joey. All right. Let's see what's up. Let me see if I can play with this for a little bit. Let's see. Yep, I think we can do a little better with that. Yep, there we go. All right. There we go. That fits a little better. All right, here we go. All right, so first up is M, who is RK, and let's do our thing first. Here we go. Source, Spirit, Universe, Divine Guides, give us information for everyone, for their highest good, their greater good, so that there can be good life path decisions made in alignment with consciousness of the divine. As it is spoken, so it is. All right. So let's take a look and read for M. M is a Virgo. I do remember that. I wanted to follow up on the previous reading where you mentioned two people currently have their eye, one passed, one long lost, with a long lost apology. Could you tell me more about the new person who potentially might do something? And then two, what the apology is connected to from the person in the past, because I'm not sure who that is. So we'll see if we can get some details on that for RK. All right, so let's find out first more about the new person that is coming toward RK. What about the new person coming toward RK? What about the new person coming toward RK, please? What about the new person coming toward M, the Virgo? Tell me about the new person. Is there anything there? What does M need to know about that? What does M need to know about the new person? What does M need to know about the new person? What can you tell me about this thing with the new person? So I have the Three of Pentacles. I do have somebody coming toward you. Knight of Pentacles, this Temperance card. They could possibly be an earth sign like yourself. They may be a little bit younger. They look to be a slow mover. They may come towards you and possibly things would kind of slow down a little bit, but let's see. Let me get more on the Temperance card. I've got Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I also have Sagittarius and Pisces, possibly, but this just may be here because this person comes towards you and then slows down. want to get more on the Temperance card. Okay, so I do get this person kind of, I get it kind of going slowly. I think this person will come towards you. It'll seem like it's going to be stable, and then it kind of slows down, and it may fizzle out a little bit. Then I think this person kind of picks back up again and comes towards you, offers you something that is not going to be lasting or stable. So the new person is coming toward you, but it's not going to be lasting or stable. All right. And I kind of get this person being a little bit in and out as well, possibly. The Five of Swords, this person you may ultimately find that you don't find you can trust this person. You may feel like they might play games a little bit. I do get a love bombing energy here at first, especially, and then it gets kind of rocky where it's very withdrawn and then coming toward and withdrawn and then coming toward, and ultimately I don't think it's going to be something that is a life partner thing at all. It's not lasting. So that's what I get, and that's pretty much consistent with what we've told you and why, as far as where you are and not having had the time or done enough shadow work. So that's pretty consistent with what we've seen. So let's look at the apology from the past person. Hey Birdman, how you doing? Give me the apology. What is this apology coming from a past person for M? What is this apology coming from a past person for M? What is this apology coming from a past person? Tell me more about that, what we saw. Who is that? Give me an update on the energies there with the apology that we saw coming from a past person. Give me an update on that. Give me an update on this apology coming, please, from this past person. Give me an update on the apology coming from the past person. So, Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups in reverse, Devil in reverse. This person has a history of toxicity. They have baggage, okay, and they have history. And it's not a good one. It may even go back before you. But there may have been, this person may have tap danced around commitment or led you on with commitment. They may have come towards you initially and then, immediately, regretted it and backed away. I kind of get a very inconsistent energy with this one. Somebody who really didn't stop to think about how their actions affected you. That's how you'll know who this is that's coming toward you to apologize. There may have been a third party, but you definitely had a heartbreak over this person. I'm getting somebody that basically wasted your time and that was just inconsistent and unstable. The Knight of Swords came in. That's a very unstable energy. So that's who's coming towards you for an apology with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Chariot card in the reverse, Nine of Cups. Let's see how this person is coming toward you. What they want. I did see an apology. We'll see if there's anything else behind that. Let's see if there's anything else behind that. I agree, Birdie. I've never needed apologies. Show me the change. It speaks louder. You're damn right. I don't even want to see the change. If you apologize, I'm going to bless you and send you somewhere else. Because if we've got a history, I probably don't care. I mean, I don't hold grudges, but I don't want to rekindle something. That's just me. So this person is coming towards you. They will work on things for a while. Ultimately, I see them becoming more of a player It looks to be like something that if you were to entertain this thing, it would go right back to doing something that it did in the past. I'm picking up players, somebody very interested in Boinky, and then I think ultimately it would end and either they would move on or you would. I see this person coming in again. So I get a lot of repeating patterns from this person coming towards you, repeating the old bullshit, walking away, coming towards you, repeating the old bullshit, walk away. That is very much consistent with what we've seen for you with both new and past. What you're seeing is what I told you were going to see when we have been talking about this all along, and that's you're going to keep having the same experience until you do the work, period. So that's what I got. I hope that gave you some clarity, Em. Hey, Ms. Laura, what you doing? All right, Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes wants to know about June romance. That's her question, so we'll get that in just a minute. I know, wasn't that sweet of Birdie? All right, Miss Angel Eyes. What do we see for love in June? How does romance look for Angel Eyes for June in Department of Romance? How do things look for June for Angel Eyes for romance? June for Angel Eyes for romance. June for Angel Eyes for romance. Give me June for Angel Eyes for romance. Give me June for Angel Eyes for romance. June for Angel Eyes for romance. Oh, okay. Give me June for Angel Eyes for romance. Give me June for Angel Eyes for romance. Angel Eyes. Okay, this is crazy. Why is that? Okay. Angel Eyes, that's a good month. It's a good month. It's an interesting month, too. And it's a good month. Here's what I feel. The early part of the month, you're gonna almost feel there's not going to be anybody around in the beginning of June. Okay, I almost feel like you're going to take advantage of this upcoming blue moon that we got on the 31st. Full moons are about releasing, right? And I think you're going to actually go into the month of June releasing all the yucky shit, which is good. I think you're going to feel an energetic purge. I really feel like you're going to tap into the energies of that ritual. That's what I think. Do I think you're going to do a candle and all that? No, you don't have to. You can, but whatever. But I think you're going to set some intention at the beginning of June as you complete May and you start June. I see you setting some intention of no more bullshit. And I think you start to be intentional with your approach to dating. And you're like, I'm good by myself. If they don't come correct and come toward me with just so, I'm flying solo and I'm good with that. Hermit, 10 of Wands in reverse. That suggests laying down some old burdens. It also suggests end of a tough cycle. So I kind of feel like there's this major breakthrough for you from a spiritual perspective. I think you kind of go through this rite of passage as we change over from May to June, okay? But I saved the best because we're only talking about the way that you start June. You realize that, right? You realize that Auntie Karen has kept you in suspense, Angel Eyes. What I do feel like is that you are going to meet someone who is pretty freaking amazing very soon after that. Okay, very soon, sometime during the month of June, there's a jam up guy. The next card out, the Emperor. Maybe that's the life partner vibes right there. Okay, the Three of Pentacles. This may start out a little bit slow with this person. And I think you look at this, you almost look at this person like, yeah, right, what's the catch? Right, yeah, like, what's the catch? And I think that the universe says to you, ha ha, joke's on you, there is no catch. Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, your time is now. This is fated. So I've got a pretty dynamic person coming towards you that with a shit ton of potential. You know, the Emperor in the tarot, just as a reminder, is the combination of all of the kings, okay? So here you have the King of Swords, so you have somebody who's smart, able to make head over heart decisions, wise, a lot of answers, a lot of wisdom. You have the King of Cups, somebody that's emotionally intelligent, emotionally mature, and walks with emotional integrity. The King of Cups, the thing I like about the King of Cups is that King of Cups is a very loving person, but so it has a huge cup of love and is very selective about who gets it. So I like the King of Cups. Then, of course, we have the King of Pentacles, somebody that is stable and grounded and knows who they are and knows what they want. They keep their word. They're stable financially. They usually have a pretty jam-up, income, whether they're self-employed or not. And my favorite I saved for last, the King of Wands is my favorite king. You have the confidence, not the arrogance because he's in the upright. You have the confidence. You have the dynamic energy. You have this, person that doesn't just talk shit, they actually do shit, right? They don't talk about it, they be about it. That's King of Wands. And usually the King of Wands is an attractive head turner. So you get such a blend when you get that Emperor energy here. So at any rate, I feel like this may start out a little bit slow, Three of Pentacles. And I think you're like, this person, there's no way. What's the catch? The universe says, there's no catch, baby. Yeah, this one is supposed to happen. So my advice to you, Angel Eyes, here's what I'm going to tell you to do because you need to get yourself ready, all right? And here's what you need to do. I want you to now go back to the beginning of this reading to what we talked about. I want you to set your intentions walking into June around this blue moon of releasing anything that is no longer serving you romantically or otherwise. And I want you to understand that you are better off than you are with some of these Fruit Loops, right? And trust me on that because I've been in both scenarios and I would much prefer my solitude to being with most people that I know. That's just me. Nonetheless, I want you to set that as your intention. And I want you to live by that. And I want you to, your attitude toward dating, I want you to start dating with intention. If I don't see a future with this person, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person. If you don't feel the compatibility even. If they're, you can have a good person and there's not a vibe there. That's perfectly okay too. And that doesn't mean that's a Fruit Loop of a person. It just means it's not your cup of tea. Nonetheless, I want you to really think this through. I want you to set your intention, and that's what I want you to see. And I want to hear back from you because, yes, no settling. No. You want somebody that's, and listen, it's imperative that you you get serious about your spirituality. You start your meditating. You start your, stay on your shadow work, all that sorts of stuff. I'm fixing to do a shadow work video that I've got on my brain, and it's called The Most Important Shadow Work Exercise You'll Ever Do. And that's coming in the next day or two. I'm very excited about that. So y'all keep your eyes peeled. That's fixing to hit Patreon Phoenix Rising in the next day or two. So, yes, absolutely amazing. Yes, like Rosetta said, once in a blue moon it happens, and what a timing for this to be right around the blue moon, that there is this, page turn in your whole outlook and your approach to your life and that sort of thing. Very excited for you, Angel Eyes, and I hope that helps. You absolutely got to keep us all posted. Bertie too, because thank you, Bertie, for doing your thing and gifting this to Angel Eyes. And then, of course, we're going to get Greeny Joey next as well. But yes, so Angel Eyes, get serious. Get serious. This is not one you want to blow. You want to be ready. So you need to do everything you can do energetically to be the best version of Angel Eyes. Right? There you go. How you doing, Leo son? Good to see you. I love that for you. I love that for you. How cute. How sweet is that? So become an empress. That emperor is around the corner. Become the empress. I don't chase. I attract. There you go. What a reading. What a reading. Greeny Joey, where you at? Greeny Joey, you are up next. I need your question, beautiful. Okay, we got you, love. Let me update the list on the screen. Janice, I just got your reading, so I'm adding you to the order. All right, here we go. All right, let me timestamp for Greeny Joey. All right. I don't know if I'm going through a tower or coming out of one, but I feel like nothing is happening, but everything is happening in my life. All right, let's get some insight for you. What can we tell Greeny Joey about this phase of life that she is experiencing? Help me to help her navigate. What does Greeny Joey need to know in order to navigate? What does Greeny Joey need to know in this stage of her life? What does Greeny Joey need to know? What does Greeny Joey need to know at this stage of her life? What does Greeny Joey need to know at this stage of her life? What does Greeny Joey need to know at this stage of her life? What do we need to tell Greeny Joey? Okay, so let me tell you what I have. And I even think, Greeny Joey, that the timeline is interesting of the cards and how they fell and where the major and the minor arcana are. And I'll point those out as we go along this thing. First card out, Four of Wands in the reverse. That's a minor arcana. The next card out, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, another minor arcana. Okay. Third card out, the Judgment card in the upright, major arcana. This is very telling to me because you even spoke to, I don't know if I'm coming out of a tower or in a tower or what the hell. The Judgment card tells me you're definitely in a phase of tower energy for sure. Okay. You're definitely in a phase. And when I was shuffling, I literally heard the universe has shaken you to awaken you. And I see that in the cards as well. The Judgment card is a part of the Pluto process. Pluto is associated with the tower. And the whole process, if it's spelled out in the major arcana, right? The tower, the Death card, and the Judgment card. And that is like, the tower is unexpected. It's upheaval. And it shows us the truth about what we're doing, who we're around, and that sort of thing. Okay. And it is sudden and it shakes everything up. And then you have the Death card, which can feel very much like, the dark night of the soul. It's hard, but that is transformation and shadow work. That's what follows in this whole Pluto process. But what we often don't hear about is, the phoenix that rises, the rebirth, the rebuilding. That's Pluto too, all right? And that's the Judgment card, okay? Wow, waking a sleeping giant. There you go. And in actuality, that would be what has happened. When you do this, the sleeping giant is your shadow. That's your shadow. And that's what's going on right now, is you've been called into this unpleasant but necessary dark night of the soul. And it is shaking everything up to the core, the Four of Wands in reverse. And what it's showing you is the things that need to go. Bear in mind, Greedy Joey, the Four of Wands card is the 1111 card. This is showing you what is not in alignment with where you're being called to go and what needs to be cut out. Why the Queen of Swords is in the reverse, okay? So it's calling out, it's showing you everything that is not aligned with your 1111. And it's saying, hey, you're not aligned, and this is how. This is where, this is what needs to be shaken up, and this is what needs to go. And it is literally creating a blank slate. When we embrace that tower and we make friends with the shadow work and go through that process, we then end up with a blank slate. And in many ways, a person can feel shell-shocked. A person can sometimes think, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know why I'm here. It can be very, you can feel apathy many times, okay? And that sort of thing, like, is it even worth it all? Kind of thing. You feel very lost, a lack of direction, a lack of motivation, a lack of passion. And as unpleasant as that is, it is a part of that shaking up, dark night of the soul process, okay? But you end up with that blank slate to where you rebuild who Greeny Joey is into a better version. When these things happen, we're never the same. And that's the point. A lot of times when people go through a tower, they think, I just want to go back to the way I was before this happened. That's the whole point of the tower. And when we go through these experiences, we literally have two choices. We don't have the choice of going back to being the same. We have the choice of being bitter or better, right? Worse or better. And this is the better. This is the resurrection. This is the rebuild, all right? And the rebuild comes from doing inner work and getting to know who you are and really going deep within. In order to build up, we have to go down. the further inside and down into the burrows of who you are, your inner self, your higher self, your soul, the higher up you build. I know that sounds crazy, but think of this like you're making tree roots. You know, those big old, okay, you know, I live in Mobile. Those big 300-year-old, beautiful, strong oak trees that have survived hurricanes, many hurricanes, and they're right there on the coast, right there just blocks away from where the hurricanes come in there, where the water in the bay and all that is. And miraculously, those 300-old oak trees have survived countless major hurricanes over the years. And the reason is because the roots run deep below the surface. And so in order to have that big, strong oak tree, you gotta go beneath the surface and have strong, strong roots. And that's what this is about. That's what you're going through right now. It's hard, it's painful. And, you know, on the one hand, I always hate to see people going through this, but it's also beautiful and it's hard. But it's kind of like when everybody wants to be the phoenix rising out of the ashes, but nobody talks about the burning and how hard it is, the purification process that comes with that dark night. It's no joke, and it's not for sissies by any stretch of the imagination, right? And so that's where you are. That's where you are right now. And what I can tell you is this. I just feel numb. Yes, and that is a normal thing where you just feel like, why am I even here? Why do I get up every day? Why do I try? A lack of passion, apathy. That's kind of where you are right now, and that's a normal part of the process. The only thing I can tell you, Greenie Joey, is the way to get through this period of time that you're in, and I would call where you're at the dark night of the soul. I think you're in the death card place right now. That's where I think you are. I want you to take this period of time and delve deep into your daily grounding, your daily spiritual practices, your meditation. I want you to ramp up the hell out of your self-care and stay on your shadow work. And I want you to balance that by doing fun things, like getting out with friends, having fun, watching really fun, stupid shit, you know, Medea, just stuff like that to you know, balance, because what you're navigating is some heavy energies, and you've got to navigate them, and you've got to use all of those spiritual tools to do that, but you've also got to counter that to lighten up the energy. It's important to do good spiritual practices, especially right now with the energies that you are navigating. It is important that you regularly cleanse your space, okay, and yourself, and do cleansing baths, all right? So that is where you're at. And I want you to know that what you're going through is not easy. It's very, very hard. You are not crazy, and you're not alone. Many people go through this, what you're going through, sometimes more than once, okay? And it's okay. I want you to remind yourself that this is a part of the process, and I want you, as hard as it is, I want you to trust that this is exactly where the divine has you for a reason. And I want you to tap into this blue moon energy as well that's coming up in the next couple of days. This is all about releasing things that no longer serve you. And so I want you to tap into that in whatever way that you can, whether you want to light a candle or just, you know, speak some things or what have you. But don't just speak some things, then act on it and release whatever you need to release. People, places, things, whatever. Okay, and habits, right? Anything like that. And it's very, very important that you consider getting on, you know, a serious shadow work journey. Greenie Joey, you have been a mod for me for a long time, and you have been a supportive mod for me for a long time. And what I want to do for you, I want to gift something to you. Birdie, thank you for gifting Greenie Joey this question. Birdie, Greenie Joey, what I want to gift for you is I want to gift you a free month on Patreon, Phoenix Rising. And what I want you to do is I want you to email me so that I can send you the link so that you can access that stuff for your first month for free. There's 68 videos right now, and I think 70 maybe, and I'm getting ready to add a couple more here in the next few weeks. And one of them is going to be very important because it's going to be the most important exercise you ever do. And I am very, very excited about that. I haven't had a chance to do it, but I've had it in my brain cooking. So I want you to email me, Granny Joey, and I want to do that for you as my gift to you to get you going on that part of things. All right? I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, thank you, Birdie. So, obliviously Cancer, um, I don't know who you are, and I have no way of connecting that screen name with Marilou. So, I can't let you come and change it in the chat, unfortunately. Okay, yes, you just identified it. All right, obliviously Cancer, yes, you can change your question. Because yes, you identified it that way, so you're good. Yes, Marilou. Go ahead and give me your updated question, Marilou, and we'll go from there. We'll go from there, love. All right, so yes, you can. I just had to make sure it was the same person is all, but you nailed it, so you're good. Because you gave me the email. That's perfect. Yay! Good, good, good. And while you do that, I will give, I'll update the list on the screen. So you go ahead and put your question in. And we'll go from there. Yeah, I appreciate you understanding and working with me on that because, okay, there we go. That is kind of hard to do because you're asking about specifics. What tarot is really designed for, obliviously Cancer, is to tell you your current energies of the current. You specify the circumstances of the person, and the tarot gives you the energy. All right, because right now I'm going to pick up on what you're vibrationally aligned with, and that may or may not be your life partner. All right. So that's what really tarot is designed for, all right? And, I know a lot of readers would disagree with me, but I will die on that hill. I've read thousands and thousands of readings, and that's what I know to be true. So I need for you to try this again. I love tarot too. Absolutely. See, that's the thing. I can't tell you the name of somebody. If you go back and read what you can ask, Because tarot, who is best for me to see? There's no names in here. There's no names in tarot. There's no names. There's no birthdays. That's what people don't understand about tarot. I can tell you what's coming up in the month of June or the next 6 months, but I can't tell you a name of a person, all right? So try again. Why don't you go read the rules and I'll come back to you. For the sake of time, I'm going to go to Anastasia. Go read the rules that you actually checked that you did read. Go read them again and come back and ask the question. And I'm going to read for Anastasia just to keep things from being slow. So we'll come back to you, okay? All right, Anastasia. Anastasia is up next. Anastasia. Emma and I have had some serious conversations as of late. Anything you can tell me, thoughts and feelings. And then 2, anything I need to know or whatever is a coming that I need to know. I got you. All right, so let's take a look at Emma and see what her current thoughts and feelings are. Give me Emma, the Pisces, current thoughts and feelings regarding these conversations with Anastasia, the Cancer. Give me Emma's current thoughts and feelings about these conversations as it relates to this connection with Anastasia, the Cancer. Any question that starts with who or when, obliviously Cancer, you cannot ask, okay? Go read the rules and come back. All right. All right. I may just have to refund you. But anyway, go to my website. You can also see that information below this video. All right, let's take a look at Emma's current thoughts and feelings about these conversations and connection with Anastasia, the Cancer, please. Six of Cups in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in the upright, Tower. Wow. Wow. Ace of Wands, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Lover's card. Anastasia, it feels to me like that Emma is in this energy of realizing that she's had a wake-up call, that you've called some things to her attention that were important, and she realized she's got to work on some things. She may feel like she's got to turn over a new leaf. There's some things in her mind that have come to light that kind of make her have had a reality check, major reality check with the Tower here. And she's kind of in this energy of, I better get my ish together. I've been wasting time. I better work on this. I better give to this. I've been wasting time. And it feels like she's motivated to do some work on herself and invest in this thing. With the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, the Lover's card is here. So I think this connection is important to her, and I think she wants to do what she needs to do. to work on things. That will work, obliviously, Cancer, right? She feels like she's been on the wrong path with you and needs to straighten up, literally. Four of Wands in reverse to the Five of Cups to the Hierophant. So she feels like she's not done right by you, and she feels like if she doesn't make some changes, that she feels like she's been oblivious, all right? Or not paid enough attention to this connection. So, and this may be around communication. She's giving to this. She's absolutely giving to this in a better way. So that's what I got. Major conversation, just like you said. So I think she's committed to working on things for sure. All right? I definitely do. I think she's feeling a sense of urgency that she needs to get her ish together. Or if not, she's going to lose you. That's what I get. What does Anastasia need to know, period? Or what's coming up for Anastasia? What is coming up for Anastasia in the near future? And what does she need to know? What is coming up in the near future for Anastasia, and what does she need to know? What is coming up in the near future for Anastasia, and what does she need to know? What is coming up in the near future for Anastasia, and what does Anastasia need to know? What is coming up for Anastasia in the near future? What does she need to know? What is coming up in the near future for Anastasia, and what does she need to know? Money. Three of Pentacles. Your money is increasing. King of Swords. Three of Pentacles, King of Swords. Why is the Five of Cups here? Page of Wands. Justice. Okay, here's what's crazy. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. That's why that came. And the Queen of Wands. Okay, so here, you are energetically, what should happen is that you should have pretty good money rolling in towards you. I think you're going to have money rolling into you, but it's not as much. It's Three of Pentacles. And I think you kind of, with this King of Swords thing, I think you, and the Five of Cups, I think you look at this and you're like, I'm worth more than this. And I think then you speak up about this with the Page of Wands and the Justice card, and you get your just desserts. So what this is telling me is you've got money coming, a good money coming, or a good financial breakthrough, but you're going to have to advocate for yourself to get what your worth is. So I like that for you. I get a major glow up regarding money and career, for one thing, but I think you're going to have to advocate for yourself. I definitely feel like you're going to have to speak up and get what is rightfully appropriate for what you're giving in this situation and for your value and your worth, right? So I do see that for you. Let's see if there's anything else that you need to know. Anything else that she needs to know. Anything else that she needs to know. Anything else that Anastasia needs to know. In general, you're coming into a better time. I think you're going to start to feel more motivated, more passionate, and more optimistic. You may have been in a bit of a lull recently, But I think you're going to start to have some clarity on that. Again, you're making money moves. Again, making money moves. Again, you're making money moves. You're coming out of a time that has been stagnant for you. I keep getting that. Major breakthrough energy. This is definitely triumph over adversity, honesty, speaking up for yourself, the win. I also think that you've been going through something where you're going to gain clarity. What is that? You could have been going through some sort of a dark night or just a rough time where you were worried about things or in your head a lot. Yeah, I think you've been worried about your success or just in general and kind of feeling like you didn't like the options in front of you or maybe confused about what to do. But that's turning. You're having clarity now coming to you and you've got direction and moving toward the future. And in general, feeling a lot more optimistic. A lot more optimistic. You're going after your dreams and your goals, and you're going to be successful here. Your best days in front of you. And I think you're going to have the clarity come out, and you're going to realize that you're on a good path. So I like that for you. I like that for you a lot, Anastasia. Get on with your bad self. Hot damn and hallelujah. All right, Marilou. So we're going to look at the summer and what to expect around romance. I can't say mutual love, but I can at least look at, I can't promise that, and it may be there. We'll see. But we can tell you what to expect around romance over the summer. Let's take a look around romance over the summer for Marilou. Give me what energies are around Marilou the Cancer over the summer. What energies are around romance for Marilou the Cancer for the summer, over the summer, over the summer. What are the energies around romance for the summer? It's a good summer. Here's what I get. I get you meeting and dealing with someone that looks really good. When I was shuffling the cards, I saw the Emperor card. Then I have the Sun card and the Magician card. But then the Tower and the Page of Cups in reverse. So I think you've got somebody coming towards you that looks really, really good. I think you'll probably get with this person, but then something makes this fall apart, and I'm not sure what it is. And that may be towards the end of the summer. It may be somebody is not truthful with the Page of Cups here in the reverse. That may be why that Tower happens between you and this person. Tell me more about it. But I think you find out something. Something is exposed that brings this crashing down with the Tower card. What is that? What is that? There's too many people here. Here's what I think. I think there's a good chance you find out. What comes out is you find out that this person has a baby mama that he is involved with, okay, or goes back to. That's what it is. So that's what I see happening over the summer. Then we have, um, yeah, I get this person maybe going either that they're either involved or they go back to that person. That's what I got. Um, can I ask you a question, Mary Lou? What was your last romantic relationship like? Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Your birthday's the day after mine, Elizabeth. Happy birthday early. But can I ask you in a word how your last relationship went? The last romance relationship or things that went. Did it go like this? Rosie Roo, the flying kangaroo. That is so cute, Rosetta. Because if so, I believe I can shed some light on what's going on. And I might be able to help you out here. Online, a girl, she's very emotionally dependent and then just dropped me out of nowhere. So something similar. Okay. So what this is telling me, and really what it already told me, but I wanted you to confirm it in the chat. What this is telling me is, and this is very important, if you don't hear anything else I tell you, Mary Lou, I want you to listen closely, because what I'm fixing to tell you can change your life. I will absolutely give you, I can, what I can do is help you save yourself. How about that? You can absolutely avoid experiencing this anymore. Because right now, where you're at, and what the cards are telling me and what you're telling me is this. Right now, you are in vibrational alignment with relationship disappointments, right? And because you probably have not had enough time and work to put yourself back out on the dating scene and expect to experience anything different. When you have gone through a pattern of relationship challenges, that is trying to tell you something about yourself, and it's telling you that you have some unhealed wounds that are being recreated. And the reason that that's happening is because the universe, your higher self, is trying to get your attention to work on this stuff. So the best thing you can do is take yourself off the dating market. Not permanently, but for a period of time. And invest in yourself. That's going to change your energetic vibration. And how do you invest in yourself? Shadow work. The longer you put off shadow work, the more times you're going to repeat this. And what happens over time is those experiences, the volume gets turned up. They become more intense and many times more painful, right? And so you can absolutely disrupt this energy. You can absolutely disrupt this energy. And it is done through shadow work. And I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. Everything that I'm telling you right now is based on Jungian psychology. And I'm not a mental health expert, but I have read over 30-something books about this topic. And I've been on this journey myself for years. And what I can tell you is my favorite Carl Jung quote that sums up everything. Hear me out. The subconscious is the shadow self. By definition, we are unaware of it, and yet it dictates every single life experience we have. So it becomes imperative to work on that, and that is done through shadow work. So that's going to be the ticket to keep from going through another romantic challenge. And that's where you are and what you're needing to look at. Okay? So I hope that helps you. So you're kind of now at a very important crossroads, Mira Lou. You're kind of at a very important crossroads. And the universe says to you today, have you had enough disappointments, or do you need some more lessons before you get desperate enough to make a change? I had been hurt so many times by the time my stubborn ass started healing. I was so desperate for change, I would have stood on my ear, I would have cut my arm off, I would have done anything. At any rate, that's what's up, beautiful. That's what's up. But it's going to put you back in control of your life. It's not something that's easy. It's hard. That's why very few people do it. I hope that helps you. That's what I got. Well, but what work have you done? What work have you done? Have you done any shadow work in the last 2 years? Doesn't matter if you've been off the dating market 20 years. Time does not heal a damn thing. It is time plus work. So if you haven't done any shadow work, then yeah, if you haven't done any shadow work, that's just 2 years that have passed and gone. Okay, good, good. You elevate yourself, you're going to have a lot more inner peace, you're going to manifest better money, you're going to manifest better friendships, etc., etc. And what I was going to tell you, Marilu, I am time stamping these readings. So if you want to go back and listen to your reading again, it'll be time stamped below your video with your name and the time stamp. I've already got it written down for you. And if you have any questions, you want to hear anything else that I said to you, you can go back and rewatch that. You know, after this video, it'll be available on my on my YouTube right there, just like with all the other videos. And beneath that, there'll be a comment from me, and it'll have the timestamps for you and everybody else from tonight. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you. I'm so excited about the upcoming shadow work video that I've got coming. I think it's going to be a game changer for a lot of people. Thank you, Laura Ann. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Birdie is Birdie 3365 is Laura's been following me. Lord, Laura, we go back, what, 4 years you've been following me, and you've been on your journey. Birdie's on a shadow work journey. He's on my Patreon, and he does my Patreon videos. He's got an appointment with me coming up. I hope you don't mind me saying that, Birdie, but he's got a one-on-one appointment with me coming up, and I'm sure we'll do some tarot, but I'm sure we'll talk about some shadow work coaching as well. And I've got people that do mentorships with me, all kinds of stuff, but you can do Patreon for super cheap. Anyway, that's what's up. I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you. Let's see, after Birdie is Pauline. If I can type. There we go. Why are you pissed? Don't be pissed. Well, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on, Birdie. There is that. Sorry, I just had to be snarky. Hey, Laura, I got a question for you. Do you have, on your Patreon that you do with me, do you do Patreon from your phone or from a laptop? And don't you have an Apple phone? And I should know the answer to that because I know you and I text back and forth. If you have an Apple phone, you're paying too much, Laura, and I don't get a dime more. So what you ought to do, Laura, is if you have access to a laptop, you'll pay less. And for what you're probably monthly for what you're paying on an Apple phone for my, my next level, You can probably bump up to Phoenix Rising, your phone. And you're on Apple phone, right? I think your messages come up in blue on my phone. I should know that. But if you'll change your membership, if you'll like, you can make up a new thing like on a different thingy. You know what I'm saying? And let your membership on Next Level go out, and then you can do Phoenix Rising. If it's not Apple, yeah, it'll charge you less, and it doesn't make any difference to me. I get the same thing. Apple charges more, and it doesn't go to Patreon, and it doesn't come to me. It goes to Apple. They just charge more if you're on an Apple phone. But what's weird is people that are on a MacBook tell me that the MacBooks don't charge the Apple surcharge. It's just the iPhones. But if you have an Android or a laptop or a da-da-da, then it's going to charge you more. Oh, well, you'll probably pay less when you get off of that iPhone. When you get off of the iPhone one, Laura, and you go on to, I bet it's less. You'll have to tell me whenever you do this, but I think it's less. Yes, it is. And everything, yeah. And honestly, Apple holds money for 3 months before they send it to me anyway. Android holds it for like a week. So yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know why they do that, but they do. So yeah, you can definitely, and it doesn't make Patreon a bit of difference in what they make or what I make. So I try to remember to tell people that. Yeah, you may have to like it may require you to use like a different email account to set up a new account. I don't know. You may have to do that a different email, Laura. But if you do, you do. It's worth it, you know. But yeah, definitely. All right. And okay, so Laura, your question is up next. Speaking of Laura, let's see what we got. Let me timestamp for you. All right, here we go, Laura. All right, so we need to know about love. I have a couple dates coming up. Yeah, exactly. It saves money for sure. And I'm all about that, you know. What does Laura need to know about these upcoming dates and love in general? Laura the Gemini. Laura, happy birthday. Aren't you a June Gemini? I know I always have to ask. My dumb ass. What does Laura need to know about love? Laura, the overthinking card came up. Don't overthink it. That would be the first thing. Don't overthink it. Don't stress about it. I also get this. Don't take it seriously until they give you a reason to. Just vibe. Just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. You're out there having fun right now. May 21st. Oh, you've already had yours. Well, happy belated. Just vibe. Don't overthink it. Don't take it seriously until they give a reason to. You're out there to have fun and nothing more. Yes, gather information. Observe. Take it in. But don't take it too seriously until they give you a reason to. Right? Just vibe. Banter. Have a good time. Be your Gemini self. What else? What else does Laura need to know about love? These upcoming dates. What else does Laura need to know about love and these upcoming dates? What else does Laura need to know about love? And these upcoming dates. Okay, 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles. You can make this easy or hard. You can make this easy or hard. You're going to have to sorting through the wheat from the chaff, if you will. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Sorting through the good and the bad, right, and the ugly. There's good that is coming towards you. But again, don't take it too seriously and don't look at it as work. Look at it as fun and be very matter of fact about it. Don't let it wear you out. Dating can wear you out, 9 of Wands, and it can feel like, banging your head against the wall and wondering why you got a headache, and it doesn't have to be. And it's kind of all in your approach to how you view things. I think I go back to this original thing. Don't stress and don't overthink, and don't take anything seriously until they give you a reason to. It doesn't have to be hard work, right? There's a good one for you out here with the King of Pentacles. There's somebody solid here. I'm going to get more on who that is, but at the same time, and you'll get to that person, Laura, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be so hard. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Laura, let me know if this is making sense to you so far. Just say it makes sense, or Auntie Karen, you're crazy. Tell me which, and we'll know. But give me more on this King of Pentacles. Who is that? What is that? Tell me who this is. Oh my gosh. Here's what I get. God, Laura, the cards are... Laura, the cards are being very blunt. It makes sense. The cards are being very blunt. Or is it me and my interpretation? I'm not sure. So let me just tell you what the card, I said, who is this King of Pentacles? And the card said, here's what she's got to do to find him. Okay. The cards say, this past energy that you've been dealing with, death reversed, needs to go energetically with the devil reversed. As soon as you move away from that bullshit and don't settle for bullshit, 6 of Cups in reverse to the 6 of Swords in the upright, you'll find yourself, Empress, and that's when you'll find your man. I don't make the rules. So that's literally this past energy that you keep repeating or hanging on to. It could be past stuff that's repeating, or it could be something that you're hung up on in the past. It could be either one. As soon as she does this major transformation and cuts out this bullshit and stops tolerating bullshit and moves away from bullshit and refuses to accept anything that disturbs her peace, she'll find herself here, and there he'll be. I don't make the rules, Laura. I don't make the rules. I hope that helps. Is there anything else that she needs to know? There are no regrets in love. There are no missed opportunities. You haven't missed out on anybody that was supposed to be for you. 4 of Cups in reverse in the bottom of the deck. I don't know if that was something you needed to know. And if you regret things you wish you had handled differently yourself, that's okay, but I don't want you to beat yourself up about them. What I want you to do instead is just say, okay, I did the best I could with the tools I had, and now I'm now I'm going to do better, and it's just that simple. I don't know if that's something you needed to know as well, Laura. Is there anything else for Laura? Anything else for Laura? Anything else for Laura? Anything else for Laura? Laura, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to put this blank because you're a Gemini and you're not going to get mad at me. All right, listen. These motherfuckers that you've been bending over backwards for, you match their energy. I'm going to give you, can I give you an example from a couple days ago for me? Or something that dawned on me. You know, you ever started talking to somebody and you can really tell at the jump when you've got somebody that's not going to give in a reciprocity type situation. Hey, Lisa. You can even tell in the beginnings of a conversation. Laura, you know, and Birdie and people that I talk to, right? A normal conversation between two people would go something like this. Birdie, I'm going to use you and me as an example because Birdie and I talk on text. Laura, you and I do too. But I'm going to just make up some shit. This might be a hypothetical conversation between me and Birdie. Birdie might say, hey, Karen, how are you doing today? I just got finished eating, you know, some low country boil. What are you doing? And I'd answer back and I go, well, you know, I just finished watching a movie on Netflix and I'm about to get ready to clean my house. How's your day been so far? Or, you know, what do you got on your agenda? Now, that is a normal conversation that is kind of volleying, if you will. It's keeping a conversation going, all right? That's reciprocity amongst friends. You can see the same thing with lovers or potential lovers or anything like that, right? Here is an example of what I sometimes see. I will see a person and they'll reach out to me and they'll say, you know, hey, so-and-so, how are you doing? I like your picture or whatever. How are you doing? And I'll answer back and I'll say, well, I'm doing good. I've had a good day today. How's your day? Or how's your day been? And they'll answer back and they'll say, I've been busy today. And they don't ask you a follow-up question. You know what I do? If I answer them, I'll also just say, okay. I'm not going to try to keep the conversation going by myself. I'm not going. If I've got to talk to myself, why am I on the phone? I'll walk around my house and feel connection a lot better. If I'm trying to carry and keep a conversation, I'm not motivated to work to keep a conversation going unless the other person is doing that too. I'm not going to do it. Reciprocity, and you can see it at the jump in the first 3 to 5 messages with a person. You can see whether they are the type that you're going to have to carry the connection if you get in a connection with them. So I feel like, Laura, you've been in situations, whether you realize it or not, where you've been doing more of the carrying, more of keeping the momentum going with this Queen of Cups in reverse, and we're done with that. We're turning. You and I are done with that. And look, you'll laugh. I'll send you examples of what I'm talking about because I screened them and sent them to Stephanie earlier, and I'll send them to you, and you'll get what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, okay. You don't have anything to ask me. I don't have anything to ask you. You don't care to ask me something and start a conversation or carry a conversation, help me carry a conversation and keep the momentum going. That's called no reciprocity, baby. I'm matching your energy. Yeah, you can't pry it out. Exactly. I'm not going, and I've done it. I have done it. I have absolutely been that person whenever somebody would say, well, you know, it's been busy today. I'm like, oh, wow, sorry you had a busy day. How so? I hope you're enjoying today. I don't care. You don't want to talk? I don't want to talk. I can have more connection talking to Baxter. And that's a fact. But I do have plenty of people that I can talk to anyway, you know, regularly, right? So it starts there, Laura. You get your first clue right there. Do you get reciprocity in the amount of energy and creativity that they bring to the conversation or not? There you go. So this is kind of why I go back to don't take them seriously until they give you a reason to. It's just somebody messaged you and whatever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're another guy with a dick, and tell me you got something between your ears. There you go. Baxter said, how did I get drawn in? Honey, he's fine with that. He loves to talk to his mama. Hope that helps you, Miss Laura. Hope that helped you. I mean, literally, when these heifers message me, it's like, I mean, I'm great about men. I'm like, okay, if you give me a reason to talk, then we will absolutely vibe. But I'm not going to take you seriously until you say something that gets my attention. And it's going to have to be something a little bit deeper than Alabama football. I do love Alabama football, and that's a good start. But I'm still just laughing and whatever. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay. You found one that reciprocates, but that's it. See, there you go. And that's what I mean. You just you get to the long and short of it, and you don't mess around with the. And it's not that you don't talk to them, you just don't take them seriously. You just don't sweat it. You don't get 8 of swords over it. There's nothing to think about until they give you something that you want to think about. Right? That's what I mean. Yeah. Let me tell you, Laura, that Gemini brain of yours, I almost said that little Gemini brain of yours, but it's not little if it's a Gemini brain. That Gemini brain of yours is meant for much more important things than thinking about people that don't even carry a conversation with you. Us Geminis. Yeah, we are the mirrors. Hope that helped you, love. Thank you as always. As always, love bug. I appreciate you. All right, so Pauline is booked for advice, and we are going to pull you, Pauline. I don't know if you're here, Pauline, but you had asked a question, but you paid for advice, and whatever comes out is what we get for you. All right. So I will get you some general advice. If you wanted a question, you would have booked a question, but it's pretty clear on the website. So anyway, all right. What advice does Pauline need from the oracles? Thank you, Laura. I appreciate you as always. Oh, wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Stop the presses. What happened to Janice and Birdie? I skipped. Hold on. Hey, Pauline, I'm sorry. I skipped. I messed up. I actually have Janice and then Birdie after that. And then I'll get you, Pauline. I'll get to your advice. But we will get, this is Caramel Express. All right, Janice, sorry about that. Hey, Miss Janice. All right, so Janice is, what's your zodiac sign? What will my romantic life be like over the next 3 months? All right, let's see what we got, love. All right, here we go. Tell me about Janice's love life, the Caramel Empress, the Caramel Empress. Why did I say Caramel Express? I don't know. Caramel Empress, Taurus. Okay, love bug. Tell me about Janice the Taurus love life next 3 months. Janice the Taurus next 3 months love life. Janice the Taurus next 3 months love. Janice the Taurus next 3 months love life. Janice the Taurus next 3 months love life. Janice the Taurus, give me the next 3 months for Janice for love. Next 3 months for Janice the Taurus love. Tower, King of Pentacles, Justice. Why is that Tower here? Why is that happening? Why is the Tower happening? Why is the Tower here? Okay, there is someone that you have history with. And there is like, I don't think this is your Tower, Janice. I don't. And I don't think that, because the Justice card is here in the upright. Is there a person that fucked you over in your past? Possibly with money or with some sort of a legal issue that is going on. They hurt you pretty badly, but, and I think this is a person that you have shed tears over. I think you have overthought this a lot and wondered what you did wrong or what you could have done different. And in many ways, I think you kind of wish this would have worked out different than it did. But there's this stark realization coming forward toward you that you did the right thing and you were exactly, he emotionally breadcrumbed you. He's a Libra. All right. Okay. This makes sense. That's Libra energy right there, by the way. The Justice card. Very interesting. Yeah, I even have like the Six of Wands in reverse and the Hermit in the upright in this person's energy of how they treated you, withdrawn, ignored you, that sort of thing, which that would kind of go hand in hand with that breadcrumbing that you're describing. I think this hurt you. I think this hurt you back in the day. I think you may have even shed tears over it. I think you were looking at this as the one that got away, like the one that should have worked out and didn't. And I think it's been hard for you. And you may have even struggled to let this go. There is a major shakeup around this person. And I think this is this person's Tower. I don't think it's yours. I just don't. I normally would not say that, Janice, but I think you're going to witness this. And I don't want you to think of this in terms of karma, because that's not how karma even works. He wouldn't let you go. Okay, so it was him that wouldn't let you go. The Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, I get it. Okay, so he breadcrumbed you just enough to try, quote unquote, keep you suspended, right, and keep you around, but then didn't really do anything. There's a major shakeup with this person. And I'm going to see what it is. I want to delve into this a little bit more, but you're going to see this play out. This is going to happen. You're going to see this. What's the major shakeup with this Libra? Okay, here's what I've got, Janice. Was this person involved with another person, unbeknownst to you? That's what I want to know. Or there could have been like an ex-wife in the picture or something of that nature. It could be that I'm picking up on. But I get you're not sure. You're going to find out a lot. You're going to see a lot, believe it or not. I think this Libra is involved with someone. You suspected it. Okay, your suspicions are correct. I believe there is some involvement here, and a prior a prior lover. And I see that. And what I think this Libra is doing right now is I think this Libra is walking around acting very irresponsibly without any regard for other people's feelings. The Hangman in the reverse, and thinking that they can get away with it. Okay? I don't think you are the first person that this Libra has treated in a disrespectful way. Okay? I think this Libra has a history of acting like a player. And I think this is one of those times where the consequences of this Libra's actions are catching up. And I think there's going to be a major shakeup, maybe even a legal issue with that Justice card here. It may be around his reputation or his finances or his work, but there's going to be a major shakeup, and somehow you are going to find out about it. And everything is going to make sense of why this person was acting like they were. All right? So that's what I'm picking up on. I think this person has been walking around basically peacocking, acting like they were God's gift to women. And this is going to all come back to this person. Yeah, playing games, competitive. Just really, this is gonna, and this is literally the actions catching up. This is their own actions leading to some struggles. All right, this is definitely divine intervention. The crazy part is I think you're going to hear from this Libra, and you may receive an apology. You may receive an apology from this Libra. I feel like you're going to hear from this Libra, and I will tell you this, Janice. I think that this Libra may try to get back with you, to which you need to say, no. Thank you for your apology. You do not get access back into my life. Because I think this Libra, just because they've had this reckoning, doesn't mean that they're going to be any better toward you than they were in the past. All right, Janice? You have better. You have better. My cards are saying you're on the right path. Stay on the right path. Keep your eyes going forward. Keep working on yourself. Keep healing. You'll have other options. You work on yourself, work on your inner healing, and work on your future, my dear Taurus. You will have a glow up. Inner work produces exterior beauty all day long. So you stay on your inner work, and but you do have better coming. That's what I got. That's what I got. I know that was a lot, but that's what's here. That's what's here. I hope that helped you. I hope that helped you, Janice. You'll have to let me know. But that's what I got. I do feel like you'll find love again, and it'll be better based on that Wheel of Fortune. I absolutely believe that based on the Wheel of Fortune, but I think you've got to work on yourself first. And then you'll see major change in your experiences. You are welcome. Let me check some things real quick. Can I go check some things, Birdie, before I read for your love life? Give me 1 second. Let me see where we are on mini readings. I think yeah, I need to look at the quantities because I think I need to adjust them. Yeah, we're out of one and don't have enough of the other. So let me fix that real quick. All right, now we got 2 question ones available again. It's hard to predict what people are going to book and what they're not. But, all right, let's go back to you, Birdie. All right, here we go. Thank you, Janice. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I love your name, by the way, Caramel Empress. Or Caramel Express, either way, right? Neither one is bad. But Caramel Empress makes sense because Tauruses are the Empress card, so I love that. All right, Birdie, let's go. What does Birdie need to know about love? What's going on in love with Birdie? Birdie the Virgo. I don't. Let's see. Okay. Tell me about Birdie's love life. What's going on? What's to be expected? What's going on and what's to be expected? What's going on and what's to be expected? You got some issues to resolve in the past before you can move forward. These all came out sideways. Before you've got an Empress in the sideways, you've got a 6 of Cups in the sideways, and you got a Page of Pentacles in the sideways. So there's definitely some things that are challenge spots for you. I'm going to pull cards, but these are challenge spots that flew out, and they all came out sideways. You have an Empress out there, but before you can pursue that Empress, you've got to make peace with some stuff in the past. You've got to get on your shadow work, possibly having to do with inner child stuff, with the Page of Pentacles coming out sideways as well, especially with that 6 of Cups coming out as sideways with the childhood stuff. Possibly around parental issues. Let's see what else we can tell you. So that's your challenge spot for sure. That's your challenge spot. You are going to have love, Birdie. I just saw the Queen of Cups. But we did see some challenges. Let's see, Birdie. The Hermit. It's about solitude and getting to a place where you are standing in your power. That's your goal. That's your goal. You will find love in divine timing. Wheel of Fortune and Lover's card. You absolutely will find a great connection. These are all 3 major arcanas, Birdie. First, the Hermit. That's step 1. That's step 1, the Hermit, all right? Going inside, taking the deep dive, and spending a good amount of time single and not pursuing love. The Wheel of Fortune, it's going to happen in divine timing exactly when it's supposed to. And when you're ready, but not before you're ready. The Lover's card is here. You will find love. You will find love, but you've got to take the high road in the meantime. That's the advice of the Lover's card. And this is the high road. Solitude. Working with the universe, the divine, your higher self. but Jupiter is going to smile on you with the Wheel of Fortune here for sure. Tell me more. Tell me more. Yep. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. But yes, it will happen. But not anytime soon. Very much a good long healing journey ahead. All right. So, yeah, you will have love. There is, you know, and know this, everybody that you meet that has an impact on you is a soulmate, regardless. But you've got to reach this place of deep self-awareness, which comes really not through reading or even, I mean, it's just done in solitude and shadow work. You know, the astrology tools can help and the books can help, but at the end of the day, it's just you and you. It's just you and you. And that's how this has got to be. That's how this has got to be. Five of Wands here, Knight of Pentacles. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. Because you want, I don't see you having trouble attracting attention of lovers. I see you attracting the right lover being the problem. First, you got to start with the person within. You got to take many deep dives over probably a couple of years. I'm going to be real with you, Birdie. This is probably a 2-year period for you right here. Minimum. Minimum. Because, you know, if you try to get out there too quick, you're going to have the old stuff happen. You're going to have the old shit come up, right? And you don't want to do that. You don't want to get too much in a hurry. So it'll happen when it's supposed to. Right now, you've got challenges, and we talked about them. We saw them. Right now, you've got people that are going to come toward you, but you're not seeing some things because blindfold, right? Well, between the 10, there's a lot that can happen between a 10 of Swords and a Hierophant. And understand this, the Hierophant is more about divine guidance in the way I would interpret what you pulled, okay? Going to the divine, which is your higher self, right? You cannot, you know, you can't skip steps, right? But that's what I got, Birdie. That's what I got. And I hope that helps you, love. I hope that helps you. All right, Pauline is up next. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Birdie, what that may be telling you is that you're trying to skip steps. I don't know, but yeah. All right, so let's pull Pauline some overall advice. What does Pauline need to know? Thank you, Birdie, as always. I appreciate you. What does Pauline need to know right now? Give me the overall advice for Pauline. Give me some advice for Pauline for right now. What does Pauline need to know in the area of general advice? What does Pauline need to know in the area of general advice? What does Pauline need to know in the area of general advice? So I have the 10 of Cups here in the reverse, the 9 of Wands in the upright, and the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. What this tells me is there is something that needs to be released. that is hurting you harder to hold on to it than it is to release it. There may be something that is over or not happy with the Ten of Cups here in the reverse. There may have involved a rejection or an ending, or something may just need to go away. But by holding on to this Nine of Wands, you're actually creating more pain for yourself by holding on with the Four of Pentacles. And I think you may be holding on to something because that's what's comfortable for you, but it's not pleasant. But there is a better way. But releasing this is going to absolutely open up the door for you to work on yourself so that you can manifest better life experiences. I'm not sure what this is. It could be a work situation. It could be a romance situation. It could be a friendship or a family situation. But you need to take a different tack in this area of your life. You've kind of been fighting a losing battle. It's time to work on yourself and get yourself in a place where you realize you don't need anyone other than yourself. And you need to be in this place where you're single and fabulous, and it's going to have to take somebody amazing to change that instead of feeling like you need another person to complete you. All right? It's going to take more emotional maturity than a page or a knight brings to the table in that scenario. And I think right now you've been creating a lot of pain for yourself, right? And so that needs to be released. You need to do some shadow work and some healing and work on yourself. So definitely working on some acceptance of the way things are and not the way things you wish they were. That's what I'm picking up on the advice for you. I hope that helps. All right, let's go to Anastasia. Hey, Ms. Zancy. Y'all, give me just a minute before I read for Anastasia. You're welcome, Pauline. Let me timestamp for Anastasia. Okay, so how does Emma view our connection, and what would she label it? Let's take a look. I only want 3 cards because I want something specific on this. How would Emma label this connection? How would Emma label this connection? She's committed. This flew out. She's committed. She's committed to it. She feels that this is a commitment for sure. Anything else? That's actually in the astrology, Ms. Zancy. It's not just you. But yes. Yes. Tell me more about how Emma views this connection. How does Emma view this connection? How does Emma view this connection? How does Emma view this connection? What would she label it? Yeah, the C word is right. She does not want you to get away. She does not want you to get away. She's worried she's going to lose you. She wants a new start. She wants to be stable. She's in. She's in. She does not want you to get away from her. She's worried that she may lose you or lost you. But she's solid on the commitment word. That part is definitely here. The backstory is that she definitely wants to go to the next level. She wants to work on things. She is worried about losing you. That's not what she wants. All right? That's not what she wants. She feels like she's come to realize that she would be busted up if she lost you. That's another thing that I'm getting. Something has really gotten her attention. And then let's see how she perceives you. Let's see how she perceives you. How does Emma perceive Anastasia? How does Emma perceive Anastasia? How does she see Anastasia? How does she see Anastasia? How does Emma 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 see Anastasia? I think it's the Gemini in me, Miss Zanzi. I think that's why I get nosy. How does Emma see Anastasia? How does Emma see Anastasia? Well, hello, Tara D'Amour. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. She's taking you seriously. That's the best way around it. Hey, John, so I can definitely pull for your future. If you want to get on the list, the information is below this video if you would like for me to pull for you, John. Okay, let's talk about it, Anastasia. And I'm going to go deeper than this, but my first three cards are very telling. Page of Wands, Ten of Swords in reverse, Queen of Pentacles. I think she has gone from, I think she's always thought you were fun. Okay? I think she always thought that you were fun and loved the banter and conversation and just, this and that. But the Ten of Swords in reverse suggests that she has rethought that, and she now takes this thing more seriously with the Queen of Pentacles, the utmost respect for you, with a lot of value. Sometimes I say that is, pedestal energy. Okay, it's like the Ten of Swords in reverse suggests after that Page of Wands, I dug deeper. And I see that this person is really solid. She's really solid. She's talking about you. She dug deeper than the surface and realized that you're solid. Let's see what else I can find out on this. Let's get a little more. Let's get a little more. Tell me anything else you can about how Emma sees Anastasia. Tell me more about how Emma sees about Anastasia. She does not want you to get away from her. She keeps telling me that. You know what she says? She's telling me that she slept on this thing. and that she has woken up. She slept on this thing and she has woken up. She feels like there's a part of you she didn't see, and she may have made some assumptions erroneously, but she didn't really. But now, she's realized, I love this girl. I've got love for this girl. She's a soul, there's a soul bond here. That's what she's telling me, all right? I've got love for this girl. It's kind of like I've gotten to know her better, and I've come to realize some things I didn't see, and I've slept on something that is very much worth my time. I keep getting that, Anastasia, that like, I don't think she ever didn't enjoy your company. I think she did, but I think it took her a minute to realize and to get to know you, like beneath the surface. That actually, knowing you, Anastasia, and it kind of makes sense to me because and I know you're a Cancer, but you're also very Scorpionic, and we've talked about that in your chart, right? And which I love Scorpionic energy, but sometimes people don't see the real deep parts of somebody with heavy Scorpionic energy until they take a little bit of time. And what you often find is with people with that energy, that Scorpionic energy, what my experience, and I think this is what Emma would say, is that when you get to know the real deep person, it can be pretty amazing. And I think that's where she is right now. I think she's had this aha moment regarding how she perceives you. I think she feels like she slept on things. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what I got, Miss Anastasia, and I hope that helps you. I think she almost looks at the way things were and she said, man, how did I miss this? How did I miss this? Not uncommon for people with Piscean and 12th house stuff going on in their chart. And I know that because I miss things, good, bad, and ugly sometimes. I'll misjudge people, good, bad, and ugly. But it's like, how did I miss this? That's what I get. Hey, Jocelyn. How you doing? But that's what I got. And I hope that helps you, love. Yeah, you do have to take the time. Yeah, Ms. Zanzi says you do have to take the time to get to the heart of the Scorpio. Very intense sign. I agree. Very misunderstood too. But I love Scorpios. It's, look, I get it. Everybody has their signs that they vibe better with. And this is just one of the unique things about Scorpios. And that's neither good nor bad, but it's just something that's important to know going into things, that you're not going to know that person for a bit, probably. And it's not that they're being secretive or sneaky, hopefully, right? It's just that they're guarded. They're just guarded. But many times, and not always, but many times, if you'll take the time, you'll be glad you did. You'll be glad you did. And I think that's where Emma is in this thing. That's what I got. Scorpios, it takes, the way people with Scorpionic energy in their chart, okay, the way that they approach love many times is different than a lot of people, in that literally it's like, if we're not merging souls, I'm really not here for it. I'm really not going to even let you see who I really am, because why? If you're a surface person, why? And it takes them a while to open up. And, they got to feel like you've given them a reason to open up, and that takes time because they are guarded. And, they gotta feel like you're bringing something to the table that can, mesh in their world. It's a beautiful place, but it's not for everybody. I get that. I love them. That's just me. I've had the best people in my life, for the most part, have been Scorpios. On the other hand, some of the most toxic people in my life have been Scorpio. So, you know, that can go either way. It's definitely the sign of extremes. A Scorpio is going to either be one of the best people you ever meet or one of the worst, right? Oh, you're fine, money in the bag. Are you Zachary? I'm getting ready for you yet next. But I will timestamp for you, Zachary. I'm definitely going to timestamp for you. And thank you. I appreciate your kind words. All right. I hope that helped you, Anastasia. It is. It's for every sign, but the thing about Scorpios, their extremes are more extreme. Oh, Laura, I got you after Zachary too. And you're right. Every sign can have a great or a yucky version. But I think with Scorpios, this is my opinion, they're the sign of extremes for a reason. And it comes off when you meet Scorpios. You're either going to get somebody that is absolutely one of the best people you've ever interacted with or one of the most toxic. There's like, seems to be no in between. Right. All right, Zachary, let's roll. I hope that helped you, Anastasia. I hope that helped you. All right, let's timestamp for Zachary. Oh, I got you, Laura. Okay, so Zachary is a Leo. Leo. Sorry, I have to do my Leo song. Sag rising, Venus and Cancer. That's my Venus sign too. Sun and Moon in Leo. Wow, very fiery. Your big three are fiery. Awesome sauce. We're going to look at S. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up with S. How is S currently feeling towards Zachary the Leo? How does S feel towards Zachary the Leo? How does S feel towards Zachary the Leo? Give me S's feelings. Give me S's overall energy, please, towards Zachary the Leo. Give me S toward Zachary the Leo. Chariot, but in the reverse. Death card. Devil in reverse. Why? S feels like things are at a halt between you two and over. It could be, the death card could maybe mean there has to be major change in order for things to work. It could be that. I'm gonna drill down on this death card a little bit more, Zachary, just to make sure. With that devil in the reverse, it could just be that there's like this energy of, in order for this to work out, there's some toxic bullshit that's got to go. Either things are definitely stuck right now with the Chariot card. I don't know if they're permanently stuck, but he says they're stuck right now because there's some toxic stuff that's got to go. Let's get the death card and the devil card here in the reverse, please. Three of Cups, Page of Swords in reverse, Nine of Swords in the reverse. Why? Fool, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Swords in reverse, Knight of Cups. Okay, so here's what I got. Here's the rest of the story. This is where S is right now, Zachary, just so you know. And by the way, S has emotion for you. The short answer to feelings is love is here, okay? But there's a lot going on here in this person's mind, and we're going to tell you everything we see here. This person misses the good times with you. They think about that a lot, all right? They daydream about a reunion. But at the same time, and they actually very much think about breaking the silence and reaching out, which your second question says, what are they looking for? Should they break contact? They think about that. We're going to find out your question too, but just so you know, it does cross this person's mind. And at the same time, this person, it stresses this person. Four of Swords in reverse, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, because they feel like that they would be remiss to overlook some of the problematic areas. Whatever those are, I don't know. They feel like they don't want to turn a blind eye to the elephant in the room. Whatever the challenges have been between you two is what they're saying, all right? And they feel like if they were to reach out to you now, that maybe it would be a waste of time. But they really are leaning toward doing that regardless. There is emotion here, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups. So there's definitely these thoughts of reaching out, but this feeling of, what can I do? There's just nothing I can do. Because we got the same issues. We've got this, whatever this elephant in the room is that's problematic between you two. And I will say that if there was a problem between you two, then whatever caused that problem would probably cause it again, until one or both of you work on yourselves to change that energetic vibration, okay? So this S probably is not wrong if this is the case, all right? Let's see if they'll break contact, and if so, what they'd be looking for. Definitely some major change, I can tell you that, but let's look into possible communication coming from S towards Zachary. Very, very, Ms. Nancy. Yes, this is a deep reading. Very. You picked that up, right? It's a very intense reading. What are the energies around contact? This person is struggling with knowing what to say if they broke contact. I will tell you, that's one thing. Tell me about the energies around any future contact made. What are the energies around contact? They're on the fence about it. They're on the fence about it. They're on the fence about knowing whether to contact you and what to say if they do. Two of Wands in the reverse. All right, let's see what else we can find out for you. So they go back and forth. And I kind of saw that earlier, that this person goes back and forth and says, if I reached out, what would I even say? And would anything be different, right? Give me more about the energies. Right. Okay. So good. You've done work on yourself. Yeah. Fear toxic cycles. I think this person is actually feeling the same thing. Fearing a repeat of toxic cycles too. But this person has love for you. I will tell you that. There is love here. We all know it takes more than love, right? But this is very helpful. Good. Thank you, Zachary. I appreciate that. Give me more on the energies of any contact or communication from S toward Zachary. Five of Wands, okay. Page of Cups in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles. Whew. Zachary, I'm gonna cry. Like, I feel this person. I feel this person. This person worries about conflict and drama and saying the wrong thing and words being spoken that are not even meant. And they value you so much. And there's this energy of, I don't want to hurt this person. And I don't want this person to hurt me either. So there is definitely a fear of drama and conflict. That's some of the main issues around whether or not this person, that's why this person is on the fence. I think the love makes them want to reach out, but I think they also don't want to repeat any problematic stuff, right? Magician, Six of Wands in the reverse, Moon in reverse. Worrying that this would be an epic fail despite them doing everything with the Three of Pentacles here. Yeah, Empress in the reverse, Page of Wands. So not wanting to get stuck in repeating patterns. Again, stagnancy with the Empress in the reverse. Not wanting to do a foolish thing on impulse, Page of Wands. Let's ask the $64,000 question that you didn't ask. Let's see this. What would this let's go back to your question. What would they want if they reached out? I'm sure I know based on what I've seen, but what would they want if they reached out? Let me just clarify your question that you did ask. What would they want if they reached out? What would they want if they reached out? What would they want if they reached out, please? What would they want if they reached out? Stability. They want something cooperative with the Three of Wands here and the King of Pentacles. Stability. They also want the toxicity gone. The Devil in reverse. Whatever that elephant in the room is, they want that dealt with and you know, to that for that to no longer be a problem. All right. They want to be heard and seen. They want to build slow and steady. They want to build slow and steady. Look, this is what they want. Stability on both sides. King and Queen of Pentacles. They feel like, you know, it's crazy because this person wants a power couple, stability, loyal, got each other's back, peaceful vibe. That's what they want. And that's what their objective would be if they were to reach out. That's what they want. Now I'm going to ask the hard question. Are they going to reach out? Are they going to reach out? Hey, Serendipity. Are they going to reach out towards Zachary? They're going to reach out toward my Leo friend here. Is there communication? Maybe not directly, but there is some initiative to, there's an olive. Okay, here's what I got. I don't think they're going to reach out to you directly, Zachary, but I do think they're going to do something to extend some sort of an olive branch, okay? And that may be that they send you a card in the mail, or they talk to a mutual friend to say, hey, you know, what do you think about what's going on with Zachary? You know, and hope that you hear about it like that. So it feels indirect to me. It feels more indirect. But I see them doing something, as extending an olive branch. This person does not want to lose you. They have love for you and they feel like you love them. I think they are going to start out really, really subtle. but I do feel like they'll reach out to you. And I think if the subtlety doesn't work, they'll do it directly, and they'll try to. And there's an olive branch. There's a peaceful approach in the way that they come toward you, is what I've got. I hope that helps you, Zachary. I hope that helps you. Laura, you're next. The thing about it is, Zachary, I want to say one more thing to you. It's imperative that whether you get with this person or someone new, that you work on yourself for a good period of time before getting with anyone. Because energetically, whatever this elephant in the room is, both of you are in energetic alignment with the elephant in the room. And both of you need to have done a good bit of work before you get together or with someone new. Because you don't want to carry that energy, and you will. And I'm going to tell you what I feel based on picking up on your energy. Zachary, I'm going to tell you something that you may or may not know about me as a reader. When I read for people, I pick up on their energy. I feel it. I feel it. And you have a big heart, and this other person has a big heart, and you have much too much to offer to not be true to yourself and be good to yourself and invest in yourself and get on a shadow work journey. That's what I'm going to tell you. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you. You were drawn to get advice. I got you, Miss Laura. Let's see what we got here for advice for you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull for you in just a second, Miss Laura. Give me 1 second. Oh, Anastasia, you booked another one. Good deal. Good deal, Zachary. Oh, Zachary, are you still around? I wanted to tell you something I noticed in your placements. if you're still around, just a real quick observation. You're fine, Anastasia. You are fine. Zachary, I wanted to point something out. I don't know how much you know about astrology and houses and stuff like that. You're a Leo rising and a Cancer Venus. It is very possible, there's about a 90% chance that your Venus is in your 12th house. And if that is the case, that is a challenging placement, and I would recommend that you look at that or anything else that is in your 12th house and you do a deep dive, because that is something that you need to research, become aware of, because navigating any kind of planet that is in the 12th house is a challenge. So I absolutely wanted to make sure to mention that to you, and it just dawned on me. I remembered, oh, I wanted to tell him this, but I wanted to wait until we had done your questions. So, all right, Miss Laura, let's get you some advice. All right, here we go. What does Laura the Gemini need to know? What does Laura the Gemini need to know? What does Laura the Gemini need to know? Thank you, Zachary. I appreciate that. What is Laura the Gemini? Give me some advice. Overall advice for Laura. Overall advice for Miss Laura. Overall advice for Laura. Overall advice for Laura. Who's trying to screw you over? Do not turn a blind eye to this bullshit. Somebody is trying to screw you over, Laura. You're coming in as the Queen of Pentacles here. I don't know if this is necessarily about money. It could be family. And it could even be around some sort of a family legal issue. But the Ace of Swords is here in the reverse and the Justice in the reverse. Here you are, Queen of Pentacles in the upright. This person, Nine of Wands, they're trying to catch you off guard. Nine of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. I don't know, this could be a work situation. But somebody's trying to... Oh, Laura. Who is underestimating a Gemini? Who is this? Because I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know who they think they can pull over the wool over a Gemini. What the helly? Laura, it looks to me like you have a half-dead mouse that you need to play with and have some fun with, like we Geminis do when people think they're fucking us over. Don't turn a blind eye to this. I don't think you will. I don't think you're unaware. I think they think you are, but you're not. You know what's up. I know you, Laura. I know you. I don't know who this is, but yeah. Do you know who I'm talking about, Laura? No idea, but nice try. Yeah, nice try. Exactly. I could be predicting something. I could be predicting something. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more about all this. I had a mouse fly by my... What? Ooh! Ooh! Be careful, Laura. Be careful. You know what? Let that be confirmation. I think that's your confirmation. I swear to God. Remind me to tell you the mouse story. I also get you having a lot of romantic options. Mice are annoyances. Yes, they are. Yes, that's exactly why I told you. Oh, yeah, because you knew. You got a lot of people here, Laura, that are going to be coming towards you. What did we say about romance for you earlier? I saw that earlier for you, didn't I? I did. I saw a bunch of people around you, because I remember now the advice was don't take them seriously until they give you a reason to. I got that coming out again. Seven of Cups, Emperor, King of Cups. There's some quality people here. But don't be overwhelmed. Don't let all these options overwhelm your beautiful Gemini brain. We got it again. Seven of Cups here. All right, you're going to take who are you going to take? You're going to take a leap of faith with someone. You're going to take a leap of faith with someone here. Here's what you need to watch out for. You've got somebody that's coming in that's soul connection. I've got an Emperor and a King of Cups. So I got one, maybe two quality people that's a soul bond, and you're going to be taking a leap of faith, all right? Here's the ones you need to be aware of. Here's the red flags. People that have abandonment issues, either they're overly clingy or avoidant, right? The unhealthy attachment crowd. And also people that have issues around rejection, all right? You know, that's a thing, Laura. Rejection. People that cannot take rejection. But be mindful of that stuff, and you'll see it early on. Don't ignore that when you see that, all right? You know, I'll tell you a funny story, Laura. I had an interesting experience maybe a week or so ago. Someone messaged me, and they were fugly. I mean, I'm not vain, but I mean, I can't do fugly. I just can't. I know of a clingy Taurus. Yeah, I can't handle that. And I was not interested. And I was extremely polite, okay? Because in fairness, he can't help that he's fugly. But I can't help that I can't do it, right? And so, but I was extremely nice and polite with the way I just said, you know, I just appreciate you reaching out, but I just don't think that we're a match. And do you know he called me everything under the sun? Because he couldn't take rejection. He couldn't take no. He went on a rant, and he called me a bitch. He said the only reason that I was even there was to message men to harass them. And I'm like, you messaged me first. I didn't message you, and I didn't say anything to you. Dude, you need to learn how to take no from a woman. And I sat there and I thought, you would SA a woman is what you would do, because you don't know what no means. You can't handle a no. Anyway, yes, very much dodged a bullet. And I wouldn't have been with him anyway because he was fugly. But, I mean, so watch out for those types too. Watch out for those types. You'll catch it. You're not an idiot. You've been there, done that, so you'll be okay. But you'll just run across those. But you've got an Emperor that is out there. So can I tell you the mice story? Yeah, huge red flag. Exactly. The mouse story. Y'all know that, Laura. Yeah, fugly is wild. Exactly. Laura, that I got 2 cats recently. It's because I saw a mouse in my house. I live kind of in a rural area where I just moved to, and I saw a mouse in my house. And so I immediately got 2 cats, for which they have solved the problem. And they're doing great, by the way. Anastasia, they are doing so well. I named them, I got 2 brothers, Spirit and Sage, and they're just doing amazing. They're sweethearts. I love them. And they are vibing now. And they've just, come in and done great. And they've done their job. But, yeah. I saw a mouse run across the floor. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. My daughter's father, who he and I have been divorced for 19 years, but he's kind of my non-husband, if you will. He helps me out with man stuff. And I cook dinner for him, and then he goes home, and it's completely platonic. But we have a very good friendship. Nonetheless, he usually goes to bed earlier. He's on a much different time schedule than me. I'm kind of a night owl. So I'm sitting there on my sofa. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I see it. And I freak the hell out. And I'm standing on the sofa, and I grab my phone, and I'm calling him. And of course, I wake him up, and he's like, and he sleeps real hard. He's like, what is it? I'm like, you got to get over here. You got to get over here right now. So, and he lives like 10 minutes from me. So he gets in the car. He comes trucking over. And he tore my house apart, and Couldn't find anything. And I will say he was very thorough. He did not brush me off. He was really, he's a trooper, right? So he got up out of bed, he came over, and he's just like, and he tore I never did see it again. I think I heard it, but I never saw it again. But shortly thereafter, I got Spirit and Sage, and apparently things are good because we ain't seen no critters. But Spirit and Sage are also very, very sweet. They are very playful, and that can be annoying, but I need them to be that way because I want them to be mousers, you know. We did. We started out as friends first. Yes, exactly. We started out as strictly platonic friends, and then we fell for each other. And yeah, but yeah, that's what he's required to do, divorced or not. Exactly. Oh, speaking of salt of the earth Scorpios, he would be on the list of good ones. He would be on the list of good ones, for sure. Spirit is a little bit more, they're both sweet. I call them purr babies because when you pet them, they purr, they're purr babies for sure. And both of them are social. Spirit is a little bit more social than Sage. Spirit, every day, at some point during the day, he's going to have his 10 minutes where he comes over and he gets in my lap for about 10 minutes. And he's just being social. And I pet him and he rolls over. He's one of the few cats I've ever known that likes his belly scratched. In fact, both of the cats like their belly scratched. Highly unusual. They'll roll over and they'll be like, scratch my belly. But he'll do that. He'll sit in my lap. He'll come over for his, head rubs and his belly rubs. And he'll hang with me for about 10 minutes, either right beside me or in my lap. And then after about 10 minutes, he's like, okay, I'm going to go do cat things. Thank you. And he goes and does his thing. Plays with spiders and Desmond plays with spiders and walks them home. He couldn't even with them. Oh, wow. Wow. Your cats are lazy, but I love it. Sweet. Sweet. They're very bonded. The two brothers are very bonded to each other, but they are sweet. Oh, I know. Her cat, Anastasia's cat's name is so cute, Ms. Zanzi. But yeah, they're sweet. They are Virgos, by the way. My two kitty cats are Virgos. August 26th is their birthday. They will be a year old in August. So they're babies. But they're sweet. And they have been perfect with the litter box. I mean, they have not missed a beat. They have been great. So, great with that. But they're fun. They're a lot of fun. The day after your birthday. Okay. That's funny because Baxter's birthday is the day before my birthday. So Baxter and I are birthday twins, and my fur, I don't call them fur babies. I call the cats the purr babies. Take care, Ms. Zancy. Thank you for vibing. Love having you here. All right. All right, Miss Anastasia, let's go. Let's read for you, love. Let's see. Okay, so during one of our more intense conversations, she had never mentioned she had thought of me in a romantic way, that as far as she was aware of, we were best friends. She was upset at the time. Sometimes her actions don't line up to just the best friend. Can I get to the bottom of what the hell she actually feels? For a Pisces, she is confusing. I probably should not do this, Anastasia, but I don't think you'll mind. I'm going to weigh in on this a little bit. I struggle with Pisces. It's one of the ones that I struggle with to understand. So for what it's worth, you're not alone. All right. Once and for all, Emma the Pisces, tell me how you feel. I want the truth. I want it solid. I want it straight up. Emma the Pisces, stop pussyfooting around. Emma the Pisces toward Anastasia. High Priestess in the reverse, the Star. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse? Page of Cups in the reverse, Five of Pentacles. She sees a future with you. She sees a future with you. She's got fears of rejection or fears of not being good enough. She doesn't tell you how she feels. Page of Cups in the reverse. So yes, she has love for you. She has romantic interest in you. All right. But she's got all these fears. So she detaches herself. She's very afraid of failing or being an epic failure. She has issues around rejection or being abandoned. All right. So I almost think she runs from this with the Six of Swords. So here's what I'm going to go back to this, Anastasia. She's got love for you. She has romantic feelings for you. She sees a future with you. She doesn't tell you that because of fears. And she runs from it. Six of Swords here. And tries to detach from it. King of Swords here. Why? Because she's afraid of this right here. Heartbreak. So my Page of Cups in reverse tells me to tell you, this is her, I have not been honest with you completely about my feelings, okay? If I were completely honest with you, I would tell you this: I love you. She's got feelings for you. I'm gonna die on that hill. And I think she's afraid of losing you. I'm gonna die on that hill. Because I saw that too. But at the same time, I think she's afraid of her feelings, tries to detach from them, and maybe even tries to run from the feelings. But she doesn't want to run from you because she likes being around you because she loves you. Here's what I think, Anastasia, based on everything I'm seeing and everything you're saying. I think this is a person, and I've run across people like this myself. I think this person has deep emotion for you, but I think she doesn't want to own those emotions, speak of those emotions, but she doesn't want to lose access to you because she's in love with you. So it's kind of like you get that unfortunate thing that happens where somebody is in love with you, but because of their own wounds, they don't want to commit or be in anything but beyond a friendship, but they don't want to lose access to you because of your energy. Does that make sense? This is kind of not fair to you. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it doesn't matter. That's what I think you're dealing with right here and right now, Anastasia, if I had to call this. I think you're dealing with a Jerry, and I know you don't know who that is, and I won't go down that rabbit trail with you, but Jerry, I had an Emma, if I'm right, I had one of these about 3 years ago that finally came to a head, and this is what I finally realized was happening. That's what I got, Anastasia. Leo, fire. What up? What in the world are you doing? Your live stream last night was bombastic. I know it was heated when she said it last night. So I was just as confused because everything that she does is the opposite of, yes, yes. I get that. I absolutely get that. In fact, when things came to a head with my Emma, it got real heated, and I ended up saying, "You're not going to use my phone to blow. You're not going to blow up my phone with bullshit." And I ended up blocking him. You getting ready to settle in soon? Fair enough. Fair enough. We got to do another collab soon, Leon. Field trip tomorrow. Oh, good. Well, I hope you have fun on that field trip. I hope that goes well. Are you field trip chaperoning? But Anastasia, let me know if this has given you a little bit of insight into things. She's a Gemini rising, so I figured you'd know about the actions of gems. My Emma was a Gemini sun. If it helps, right? Hey, Street Axis, how you doing? Thank you. A summer fling collab. That would be fun. I hope it helps. I hope it helps. I think that's what's up. I will tell you a little secret. Some of y'all know this. Laura, you probably can back me up on this. People with Gemini placements do much better in friendships than we do in romantic relationships. Thank you, Street. I appreciate that. We really do. It's just a fact. And I will tell you, we can't romance if there's not an underlying friendship. That's another thing about Geminis for the most part. If we don't have an underlying friendship, it's not going to last with that person, right? It's just not. That's probably why Casey and Leon have made it for as long as they have. I bet they have an underlying friendship. And I could totally believe that because Leon has this great, that fiery banter, and that probably is, the catnip for Casey, and then vice versa. So I do. I think it's a mercurial thing. I agree with that, Greedy Joey. I absolutely do. Yeah. Once we were best friends, she was all in. Absolutely. Leo, fire. Thank you for that. Thank you, Love Bug. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's what I feel. That's my point of view. There are some signs that are like that. I think Saggies are like that too. Saggies like friendship a lot. That because there's that, it just sustains that. Leon, thank you. What are you doing? Thank you for that. You are the best. You are the best. She can make him blush during the collab. That was funny. Listen, were you, Greedy Joey, were you there during Leon's live stream last night? KC called in. It was so funny. She was hilarious. She was hilarious. I was laughing my butt off. She's such a sweetheart. She really is. I love her. Really do. Oh, hold on a minute. I will tell you what I know about KC. It is. I will tell you what I've seen. What KC is one of the sweetest people, as far as like Gemini's that I have met. I guarantee you that Leon probably will confirm what I'm about to say. Um, Leon, am I right or wrong? I bet you that KC has a twin that I have not met yet. Correct? All Geminis have that twin. I bet she can get fired up if she needs to. She's just got it under control, and she handles herself well. I do too, Greeny Joey. I do too. I prefer my own company more than others most of the time. Me too. Now it kind of became a bit hard to open up. That's fair. It's nice to just enjoy and learn as we get older. It gets more important. Yes. I fully agree with that. Very much so. But thank you, Leon. You and Casey are amazing people. But we definitely, Leon, we need to do another collab fairly soon. We'll talk about it. Show me the twin. I know, right? I would imagine to meet Casey's twin, you got a clown. And if you clown with her, I imagine. I mean, to me, she strikes me. I mean, like, I like to think that when people approach me kindly, I'm kind back to them. But if people try me, I'm going to let them see that other twin. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah. I have the ability. That guy that had the issue around rejection on the dating site the other day, when he just called me everything in the book, he said, "You have chewed me up and spit me out." And I said, "No, I haven't. I can assure you I haven't. You would know it if I would have. And I can tell you that I have, I can show you, I have references if you want to know, because there are people that can tell you what it's like for me to chew you up and spit you out. But I promise you, I have not done that. I could, but I haven't." And he's like, "Oh, you haven't?" And I said, "No, I don't care enough to get fired up enough to do it." Twin is locked up at the moment. Heard that. I could explain, most wouldn't be ready to see what that means spiritually or understand it. Fair. Fair. Laura, you need to unleash the beast, though. I mean, I know you're trying to behave. You're at work. I get that. But it is what it is. Yes, I think so. I think you need to be a little feral. I mean, maybe not at work, but you need to release all that Uranus and Gemini energy. Right? She probably does. She's a Capricorn rising, Birdie. Laura probably does her share of worrying. Geminis can do that sometimes, a lot more than you realize. A lot of times we won't let a lot of people know. I let Birdie answer you, Leon. I do, but not about everything. Gems can think deep and like broad conversation. Yeah, yeah. And we multitask and we multi-conversate, which is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You're okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay. You're going to make it through this rough time. You are. You're going to be fine. Tomorrow's your birthday. Tomorrow's your birthday. We're going to have to do something special for you. What do you want to do for your birthday, Baxter? What do you want to do for your birthday? He says, I want some cake. I multi-procrastinate. I do that too. Tomorrow is your birthday. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 2 years old tomorrow. They're Mama's birthday boy. Oh, yes, it is. This Mama's birthday boy. This my little bestie right here. This my little bestie. You telling everybody hello? Yes. Yes. Oh, Baxter. Oh, Baxter. I don't know if y'all saw the cat's picture on Baxter's channel. Baxter has a channel. I don't know if I told y'all that. I know some of y'all know that, but I don't know if I told y'all that. But Baxter has a channel. Greenie Joey says hello. Auntie Greenie Joey says hello. That's what she says. She says hello, Bax. She says hello, Bax. Ah! Ah! Auntie Anastasia says happy early birthday, Baxter. And Laura says happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Baxter. Happy birthday to Baxter. Happy birthday to Baxter. Happy birthday to you. You know what he told me the other day? Your dog is a Sagittarius. That's a good match, Laura. That's a good match. You know what my dog told me the other day? Yes, he talks to me. So the cats, Baxter does tarot readings too. Yes, super chats are for biscuits. Exactly. Are you gonna? Okay, I'll have to pick up cards so he'll calm down. On the pool float, he's enjoying his birthday. We might have to make that happen. It's been raining here every day, Greedy Joey. I've been wanting to get in the pool and it's been raining. But anyway, I told the cats, I was playing with Spirit the other day, and I said, Spirit, I told him, I said, you're just a goober. And Baxter got mad. He said, he said, I said, okay, he's a little goober. Baxter is the OG here, the original goober. That's what OG stands for in my house. Baxter is the OG, the original goober. The cats, they're just goober juniors. They're just little goobers. But Baxter, he says, I'm the OG. He's the OG. Are you the OG? He's the OG, the original goober. Good. Good, good, good. That sounds good, Leon. That sounds good. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It was hailing over here. Oh, wow, Greenie Joey, that's awful. There's been a lot of rain and weather. We had thunder, a little bit of thunderstorm here, but nothing major, just kind of distant thunder. Anyway, I think I'm going to get out of here and go do my thing. I may record that. I may go in and do that video about the shadow work exercise that is going to be the game changer. You're in the Southwest. Okay, I gotcha. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. And I'll see y'all soon, I promise you. Bye, y'all. Thanks for all the support, love, and for those of you that paid for readings. Appreciate y'all. And thank you, Leon, for the supers. Those were so sweet. Bye, y'all.